Hello everyone, welcome to the first video in our 5-day Python learning series. In this video, we will go over Python fundamentals that are essential for daily work, whether you are a beginner or an experienced developer. These are must-known topics as they form the backbone of real-world Python applications. These are comments, variables, data types, basic input and outputs, operators, conditional statements, and loops. Let's get started with coding. So yesterday we just mentioned how to print the basic text in the terminal. So let's say this is one print statement and then this is one more print statement. So for running this file in Python or in PyCharm, you can use this run button, or you can just right click here and then click on run. So here you can see, and today we'll just go through the 6 topics which we just discussed. Let's create new file, Python file, and day1.py. So first topic is comments. As I said, there are two types of comments in Python. First one is single line comment. So if you run this one, then we won't get any output because this is a comment. If you have some print statement here, so let's say test here, and then if you have one more print statement, let's say Python, and if you run this program, you can see these two are only printing in the terminal. These are just comment. In comment you can write anything and everything, so those won't be printing in the output. So now we will get only same output as before because this is a comment. The line which starts with hash, that is a comment. That is just only for information purpose only. See here, this is nothing, this is kind of dummy, and this is single line comment, and we do have multi-line comments as well. This is multi-line comment. Here you can write anything. So this is also not going to print in the terminal, and this is one more triple line comments. This is also like test one only. And comment, and again same happens for this one also. You can write in any number of lines here. Test one. So again you can see only these two print statements only in the output. These are just for information or for document purpose only. I will explain about the uses of single line and multi-line comments in my further videos. You can print anything. Python 1. So here in the output we will be getting text, Python, and Python 1. That's it. So this is about comments, and let's go to variables. I'm just commenting everything. Just now as I explained, comment works with the triple quotes. That's it. So this entire thing is comment now. If we run, then we won't get any output. Nothing. So here process finished with exit code 0 means our code ran successfully, but there is no output as we are not printing anything here. If you get any negative value or positive value here other than 0, that means our code has some issues. So let's say here something. So instead of print, let's say you missed that t. Now if you run this code, right, you will face this issue. So right, something, it will given the actual details. What is the issue here? So it has issue. Name print is not defined did you mean print? Now this Python is suggesting us with the actual syntax we need to use. So we just have to use print just to print the text which are present in the quotes in the terminal. And second topic is variables. So variable. So what is a variable? A variable is a container that stores values. So a variable is a container that stores values. Unlike other programming languages, Python does not require explicit variable declarations. So let us see some examples. So here, name is a variable. It can store any data, any variable data. Let's say Python AI. So this is the name variable. So this variable is storing this Python AI. So unlike other languages, no need to declare this name as a string or the data type. Or let's say one more example. Age equals to 25. And this is age is the variable name. So if we want to see what does age has, we just need to print age. So it will give output as 25. If we print name, it will give output as Python AI or whatever the value which we declared here. So let us run the program. See, if we see here, right, the first print statement, age, it has 25 value stored in this variable, same as this name. Let us write some other examples. Height is equals to 5.9. So here this variable height is storing a float value. We can store any value in Python. Let's say student is equals to true. So this variable name is student. If we refer student in our program, then it will just print that value whatever we stored here. So now we get age as 25, name as Python AI, and student as true in the terminal output. That's it. Same as with false. If we store false value in this variable, we'll get false. Let's say in the program, if we want to update the value from is false to true, we can just redeclare that variable. That's it. And now if we print the value, so here in this print the value will be false, and in this print the value will be true because we overwritten that value in this variable. So if I run the program, then you can see it is before print of before change, and it is the print of after change. So before change the value in this student is false, and after change the value in this variable is true. That's it. So this is a string, and this is an integer, and this is a float, and this is a Boolean. So all these are data types. So again, comments, this is a string, and this is an integer, and this is a float, and it is a Boolean. So one more small thing here. So here in this variable I stored Boolean value. Can I store some other data type in this variable? Absolutely yes. So let's say here Python AI. I just replaced Python AI, whatever. So if I run the program, so this student will print Python AI after change, but before change it has Boolean value. Right? Before change it is Boolean value, and after change it is Python AI. That means Python is dynamically typed. No need to mention, okay, name is string, so we should store only string. It's not that case in Python. We can store any data type in any variable type because everything is dynamic. I hope you understand this topic. It is very important topic. Please comment below if you don't understand this one. I will dig more to this. And coming to next one, basic input and output in Python. How does basic input and output works in Python? So let me comment everything here. That's it. This triple quotes means comments. These are very important in Python. So what I mean by input and output. So let's say you want to read a value or something from the terminal. So in that case, let's say I am this is also again variable. Username is a variable. Here I have just to use this syntax input. Enter your name. That's it. So this variable stores this input of enter your name. That means we'll have to enter the value for this variable from the terminal. So we need to, let's say we are just printing this value username. So what will happen now is whenever the code runs, so because this is everything is comment here, so it comes to 29th line. So here username, this is a variable. This variable holds this input of enter your name. So enter your name is nothing but a string. This input means this has separate meaning. So it will ask us the input value for this variable. So whatever the input value we have to provide while running the program. So that value will be storing in this username variable. And then it is just printing along with this welcome. Again this print. So if we have direct print value here, so let's say print of python 1, it will print python 1. And then if you want to print multiple values, you can just go with like this python 2 and then comma and then hello. That's it. So here comma is nothing but just a separator here. So it will print everything. So when I run this program, enter your name. So it is expecting the input value from the user. So let's say python AI. So let's say, so this value is going to store in this username variable. And then it is just printing us welcome, then username. That's it. I hope you understand this concept. If you don't understand, then just please add a comment, then I'll be explaining in details on it. And then the next topic is operators in Python. Operators. So what are operators? So Python supports variable operators for calculations and logical comparisons. Example, let us assume we define 3. So A is a variable holds 10 and B is a variable holds 15 and C is a variable holds 5. So we'll just perform the addition. So print of A plus B. So here we are just performing addition operation on the variables. So A has the value of 10 and B has the value of 15. We are just asking Python to add these two variables. A means 10, B means 15. It will print 25. Let's run the program. 25. If you want to add C as well, then what it will be? Output is 10 plus 15, 25 plus 5, 30. That's it. If you want to minus it, then now you will get 25 minus 5 is 20. That's it. This is very small topic, but it is very important to understand about the variables and then what value it is storing. and then let's compare the values. Print of, let's say a is greater than b. This is the comparison operator. Greater than, so a holds 10. I'm just adding in the comment here 10. Basically 10 is greater than 15 with this syntax. A is greater than b means, is that true? No, false. Then this comparison operator will give us the Boolean value based on this condition. So here 10 is greater than 15, it is false. Then if you run the program, you can see false. Let us comment this, it is false. If you try for a is less than b, that means 10 is less than 15, that is true because 10 is less than. If you run the program, now we will get true. This is about comparison operator. Now let's understand logical and logical OR. So AND syntax is nothing but and OR syntax is OR. That's very easy, right? Print of a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. Is this true? So 10 is greater than 0 and 15 is greater than 0. So this means true and true. True and true means true. So in output you will see true. So let us try with a is greater than 0, 10 is greater than 0, true, and b, 15 is less than 0. No, it is false. So true and false means false. That's it. It is about logical AND. Let us try to understand logical OR. I will just take the same example here. So what it will is a is greater than 0. It is true, and b is less than 0. It is false because it is, if you use AND operator, so it will check for both should be true. But if it is OR operator, then one of these is true, then it will give us true. So now if we run this one, then we'll get true because one of the condition is true. This is about logical AND or OR. Please add a comment if you don't understand this logical operators. Let us comment everything. And my last topic in today's session is conditional statements and loops. It is very important concept in your daily work. If you are a beginner or experienced person, you have to understand the concept of conditional statements and loops. What I mean by conditional statements is, if, only if is good, or if and else, or if, elif, else. We can write any number of ellipses. What I mean is, if, elif, can write any number of ellipses. There is no limit in Python for this. Let us try to understand with some examples. Let's say we already defined something right here. What is that variable? Let's say, let us copy that variable and then let us store value as 18. If age is greater than or equals to 18, then print you are an adult, else you are a minor. If you run the program, what will we get? Because we are just comparing, it is again kind of example 4 of this one, logical operator. So age has the value of 18. 18 is greater than or equals to 18. 18 is greater than or equals to 18. Is it true? Yes, absolutely. It is true. If it is true means what we are doing, we are entering inside of the if condition. So then it will print you are an adult. That's it. So it won't go to else. If is false, then only it will go to else condition. If it is false, then it will skip this one and then it will enter into else part. If you run the program, what we'll get? We'll get you are an adult. Right? That's it. So let's say if we reverse this one, less than or equals to 18. Equals to means it will satisfy. Again, it will enter into this one. If we remove this equals to, what will happen? Age has value of 18. 18 is less than 18. Is that true? No, false. If it is false, if the if condition is false, it won't be entering into the inside if. It will go to else statement. Whatever else has, it will enter into that else and then it will do all the operations. Now we will get you are a minor. That's it. Again, okay, I will just explain one example of if, elif and else. Elif age equals to 18. Now I am just reversing this data. You are a child. So if your age is less than 18, then you are a child. If your age is equals to 18, then let us assume you are an adult. Else, I am just putting an example. You are a minor. So here, if the value is 18, then what we will get here? It's equals to less than 18. It is false. Then it will go to next condition. Next condition is elif. Elif stands for else if age is 18. 18 equals to 18. This is true. Then it will enter into this condition. Now we will get you are an adult. That's it. Let's say 17. So if it is less than 18, it will go to here. If it is equals to 17, it will go to here. All other conditions, we will get you are a minor. Even though the value, because of this value, we will get this output. Right? You are a minor. You can have any number of elif conditions here. And so, for example, what you want to read this age value from input, we already had discussed that example here. We just need to use that input syntax to read the variable value from terminal input. Enter your age. So whenever we enter this age, it will store in the format of string. But here it is an integer. So if we run this program and after entering any value, we will get issue, or we'll be like checking the string with integer. The value will be different here. See, less than does not support between string and integer. So we need to convert this string into integer. So this age is of, whenever we enter any value, it will be storing in a string. To convert string into integer, we just need to use this syntax. Int means converting integer to integer from string. If we run the program, now enter the value as 18, then enter. You are a minor. Then it took the value of 18 and then it compared this one, it is true. Now let's try to enter as 17. If you enter 17, then we will get this, you are an adult. Right, 17 means you are a child. The reason being is the first condition only has age is less than 18. So 17 is less than 18, then it is entering into this one. If the condition is something of less than 17, then it is 17, then it won't enter into here. it ended to here, because it is Python is very easy to understand. It is just like simple plain English language. This is about if condition. If you don't understand that if condition, please add a comment. I will explain more in detail. I'm happy to explain. And our final topic is on loops. Let us go through important loop as for loop. For is one of the very most important topic in your daily work. So how do you write for loop syntax is, let us example. Let's say, okay, so in string, so we can use for loop for any data type, in the sense any repeatable data types. Let's say string, list, dictionary, or any other data types. Okay, at least for now let's concentrate on strings. So let us store name as Python AI. So for I in name, print of I. So what we are doing here, so name has a variable, it has the value of Python AI. What we are doing in this for loop for I in name, that means here I is a temporary variable. So in the value from name, it has Python AI. What we are doing, we are just printing each one item. So first item will be, first I will be P, and then in next for loop it will be Y, and then T, and then H. So print of, we are printing first one and then just printing done, printing second character and then printing done. If you run here, so if here you can see, so first I'm printing Y and then done, again next letter Y and then done. We can just use this for loop for any data type. This is the string, so let us assume it is a list. So in list it will completely differ. This is all one item. If you are looping and list, I will be explaining in detail about list in my further videos. If you run the program, what we will get, we'll get all Python AI in a single word and then done. There is a difference. That is a string and this is a list. If this list has, let us assume it has two values. Now what we will get, Python AI done and then test and then done. That's it. It takes some time to understand the for loop, but it is very easy to understand. I hope you understand today's session. If you have any doubt, please add a comment. I will try to explain as much as possible again. Thank you very much for watching the video.